What's up, dudes? Chooch out here riding in Grand Lake, Colorado with my buddy. He's on the King Song 16S. He's way back there behind me. I'm taking off out here in front on the Gotway M Super X 100 volt. And this is the old Gotway MSX 100 volt. This is the first one ever released, and it's still kicking, guys. I love this wheel. This is probably my favorite wheel right here. And that's the King Song 16S that he's on right there. He really enjoys that wheel. He's been riding that one for about 3 years now, but get this, he only rides it when he comes out. He lives in South Carolina, 2,000 miles away. This is my best buddy from the East Coast, and so when he comes out here, he rides around on that thing. And if any of you guys know that ride unicycles, it's almost a nuisance, having a friend come over that doesn't know how to ride. And so that's why it's really good to have an extra unicycle so you can teach them, because you get into this whole routine of going to get sandwiches, going to the grocery store, going to do your little daily thing, and then you get somebody that comes over and it's like, hey, we got to take a car everywhere now. Like, what do we like? I don't want to take a car everywhere just to go, a mile down the road or to go do that or this. So I taught him how to ride back in like 2016. And if you go on my channel and just type in, how to ride an electric unicycle, he's actually the person I taught how to ride. And so whenever he comes out here, he always goes for that King Song 16S. I told him, you can ride whatever wheel you want to, but he likes the 16S, and it's due to those big foot plates on that 16S. Jason talked to the people at King Song a while back and got them to make those big foot plates that all those 16Ss and 14Ss ship with. So a wheel right now that I would actually recommend you getting into, like, if you're getting into the hobby, you got a lot of options out there that you don't have to spend a ton of money on. So I think there's 3 wheels I'm going to recommend, for absolute beginners: the MCM5, the King Song 16S, and the King Song 14S. Those are some good wheels. And the wheel I'm on right now, the one comparable to this one would be the Gotway RST, like the Gotway RST Torque or High Speed. This wheel right here actually is incredible. It has given me no problems, and it rides fantastic. If you're wondering what this little like belt thing I have around it is, it's basically a ratchet strap that I have around the unicycle, and this is like my high performance, high flying wheel right here. This is the thing that I hit jumps on, that I trail ride, that I just, this is the lightweight, really powerful wheel right here. And I got these big, thick Clark pads on here, and then the Clark bumpers on there as well. But what that tie down, that ratchet strap does is it pulls on the side panels, and it keeps everything really, really firmly together, as opposed to having these big power pads on here. And this is a wheel that I jump around a lot. So with these power pads, what happens is it puts a lot of force on the screws. So you got to think about that. This thing wasn't designed to have these power pads on the side necessarily. And so it puts a lot of force on those screws when you're leaning forward. So that tie down, or that ratchet strap, actually cinches those side panels in so firm that it's not putting any pressure on those screws necessarily. It's just all friction at that point of just having that thing cinched together. And then I have a lot more confidence in jumping this thing, and my cornering and my braking, everything like that, because I know that the force is not being put on little screws on the side panel. It's being, basically, the force is being distributed evenly across the entire side of both sides of the unicycle whenever I'm accelerating and decelerating or jumping with the power pads. And I mean, if you cut the back of it right there, it doesn't look bad. So I just got one of these. I have this linked in my Amazon store. I have this actual one linked in my Amazon store. I was looking for it, but I have it linked in the Amazon store below, and you can check it out. It's basically just a ratchet strap without a hook on the end of it. And then you can just cut it to whatever length you need to. But it actually works really good, guys. And then on the front right there, I have that dryer vent bracket around that Clark bumper. And this thing is just ready to go, dude. It's ready for combat. So this thing, I love this unicycle. It's just set up perfect. It rides great. If you want to pick up the one like I'm riding or the one like he's riding, this is basically like the RST. The new RST is basically this unicycle, with the hollow motor in it, which I actually like a lot, and it has 500 more watt hours. So it's just going to be a little bit heavier. You got 500 more watt hours of weight in there basically. And I wish they would really make one of these unicycles again. This was a good unicycle, and it's just, I don't know what it was. It was just 1,230 watt hours. It's not the longest range unicycle, but it's just powerful, and you can go on a good 30-mile ride with a lot of power and low weight. It's easy to get in and out of the car, and I think they should definitely do one like this again. All right, guys, so with the stock situation, I got some good news. So if you want to place your pre-orders, go ahead and do that. Link below, guys. You can still place your pre-orders. Everything should be coming in around mid-August for all the hot unicycles, Veteran Shermans, RST, the 16S, the 14S, all those wheels. If you go ahead and just put in your pre-order, you'll be on the first of the people to get them. So don't hesitate on that. Put in your pre-orders, and you will be the first to get it. That's just kind of the way you got to work with these unicycles right now. But if you do use that link below, put in your order for a Sherman or RST or anything like that, it will be pretty much mid-August, and you should be getting your ride in the mail. You might be thinking, Chooch, you still got snow out there in Colorado? And yeah, up in the high parts of the mountains there's still a little bit left, but this was about 2 months ago, and this was actually the very end of snowboard season. This is the end of May. We were up there the last few days at Winter Park, absolutely crushing the slopes and having a blast. And I always take the unicycle with me, and the slopes close at like 4 o'clock, and whatever ski resort I go to, or if it's a local place, whatever it may be, I usually rock with the Icon Pass. And so I'm not usually going to the most bougie resorts. So my fun just comes from riding the unicycle after I'm done, and it is always, man, this for tailgating. So I think a whole unannounced side of these unicycles, where I came from down in the South, at football games, college football games, tailgating at Little League games, at whatever it may be, these things can be used for that. You don't have to buy a golf cart and take the golf cart on the trailer to whether it be a football game, whatever it be an event. That was always the big thing, is taking a golf cart down there. You could get one of these and just go down there and have fun on it. Now, don't go drinking and riding this thing around and all that stuff, because you'll learn your lesson. I mean, you can try it, but you'll learn your lesson quick enough to where I don't have to tell you to do that. But these things are phenomenal. I mean, just phenomenal for that whole avenue of just taking in the car to an event or whatever it may be, and then having transportation once you get there, and then being able to have fun on this. And it's for many different people. It's silent, so my buddy uses it to get around at the horse races. You can use it at festivals, football games. You can use it so many different places.